Big day. More than 1 million New York City school students are expected to return to the classroom for the very first time since the pandemic shut everything down in March of 2020. No remote learning options available, and the teachers union still in negotiations over vaccines. There are a lot of unanswered questions this morning for parents, students, and teachers. So, joined by Schools Chancellor Meisha Porter, who can answer some of those questions for us. So good morning to you, Chancellor. Big day. Thanks for taking the time this morning.
Yes, thank you. Good morning. Big day.
It is a big day, and I do want to celebrate all that everybody has done. So many working behind the scenes to make this day possible for over 1 million kids. But I do want to get to some real concerns as well, right? And I want to talk about enrollment first, Chancellor. Over 1 million plus kids that you have talked about, 65% who are eligible have been vaccinated, right? So let me just understand this, because you plan to test 10% of unvaccinated students every other week. Is that an opt-in only program? How are you monitoring that?
Yeah, so we ask students to bring parental consent in order to be vaccinated, but I think it's important to note that to be tested, but it's important to note that we have the vaccine this year. And so that's why we were able to make adjustments in our testing protocols. So we really lean into those vaccinations to help provide a bubble of protection around our students.
You said yesterday, Chancellor, in our PIX11 Politics show that you do not expect that you'll have classes with 34 kids in a room, but it depends on the size of that room, right? Now, some teachers did reach out to me right away saying their rosters do have many more kids than that in 34. So how big of a space really determines that class size? I'm just trying to manage expectations as people head back today.
So our facilities team have done assessments on our building and have given, room capacity for every single classroom across our system. In addition, it's important that we lean into the guidance from the CDC, which is what we're doing, which calls us to have 3 feet where possible, and that the most important thing for us to do in this moment is to get our students back in school in-person learning. And so our schools are doing everything to get to that 3 feet where possible.
Now I want to zero in on that where possible, right? Because are you saying that there will be some classrooms that will not have a 3 feet distance between desks?
There may potentially be classrooms where we can't get to 3 feet. However, we have the additional safety protocols, masking, ventilation, 2 air purifiers in every classroom. But our goal is to get to 3 feet everywhere possible.
So I've heard from many parents, right, who have said, I'm just not sending my kids to school. What happens to those kids? How many absences occur before the Department of Education may get involved?
We are approaching this moment with caution and care. We know parents are concerned. We've been in a pandemic for over 18 months. It's affected 2 school years. We're entering our 3rd. And so we want to work with families. We want to show them our buildings are safe. And our principals and our school communities are going to be reaching out, working with parents to bring them back into our buildings.
But is there a certain number of days that go before? I mean, you had mentioned once before possibly that you would send social workers or something to a house. Is there a number of absences before that may happen?
We're going to be doing that all along. We're going to be our school counselors, our principals, our teachers, our attendance teachers. We're going to be working with our families to find out what their concerns are so we can bring them in. And so we're going to be starting that today. Okay,
I want to focus on teachers and staff as well, right? They're just as important to this puzzle. An arbitrator ruled the city provide accommodations to staff with medical conditions or religious beliefs that preclude them from getting a vaccine. How many teachers does this actually impact? And are they automatically removed from a classroom because they're not vaccinated?
They're not automatically removed from a classroom, but we're pleased with the arbitration decision, and our vaccine mandate is moving forward. We want to make sure that we put a protective bubble around our children by ensuring that every adult is vaccinated that is possible for. And we are confident that this is not going to impact our teaching staff significantly.
So if they're not vaccinated and they are in a classroom, will you be informing those parents of those kiddos that their teacher's not vaccinated?
We won't have unvaccinated teachers in classrooms after the 27th.
After the 27th. Okay, gotcha.
After the 27th is the date that we expect everyone to have their first dose. And the arbitration, results we're going to follow the process that the arbitrators put in place after that.
And so you're not at all concerned that there'll be a teacher shortage. You're confident there'll be enough teachers for classroom learning, in-person learning.
Yep. I'm confident that our teachers are going to get vaccinated. I'm confident that, we have built a strong sub pool in the pandemic and that we will not have a teacher shortage as a result of the vaccination requirement.
So, you and I discussed in our other conversation just yesterday about that remote learning option, right? Are there any circumstances where the city would reconsider bringing back a remote option? I'm not talking about immunocompromise. I'm talking about bringing it back altogether.
We're not there. We know that the best learning that happens between students and teachers in person. We want to bring our families in. We want them to show them our buildings are safe. We want to show them all the work that we've been doing over the 18 months to make this moment possible. And that's what I'm excited about.
I do want to zero in. I know there's a lot of excitement. So I do want to zero in also another comment you made yesterday about vaccinations and possible mandates for 12 to 17-year-olds. We're starting to see other groups, right? Those who play sports, those who are in band, wrestling teams, so on and so forth. You're mandating that they get vaccinated if they're eligible. Will you mandate all students that are eligible to get vaccinated?
We're leaving those decisions up to parents right now. We're going to continue to work with our health and safety experts as we lean into those decisions. Where we put the mandate in place is where we have high-risk activities, and that's what we're focused on right now.
All right, Chancellor. So those were the tough questions on this morning. Overall, though, for you, right, as the Chancellor, what are you looking forward to most this school year?
I am looking forward to seeing our babies in classrooms. I know how excited they're going to be this morning. I'm looking forward to spending the next 5 days across the boroughs in New York City, welcoming students and teachers back to school. But what I'm most excited about is what we're ready to do and how we're ready to show up for New York City public school students. Our teachers, our leaders, our school safety agents, our kitchen workers who've done, so many amazing jobs, our nurses, our counselors. And so we are ready. Our custodians, our facilities team who've done the work to get our buildings ready. And so we want to show New York City what we've done.
Like I said, a lot of moving parts to make today possible.
Yes.
And Chancellor, I appreciate you making the time for us this morning. We'll be there at PS25 with you in the Bronx later this morning.
All right. See you later, Dan.
Thank you.